This video is going to be a little bit different. As you can see, I'm sitting in front of the fireplace in my living room. This is when we had the storm in Texas. I live in Texas, but thankfully we weren't really affected by the storm. We did lose power for about 24 hours, but it wasn't as bad as other people had it, thankfully. And on this day, I was just really bored. We were all bored. We didn't have any electricity. We were cold. And I decided to do my makeup in the living room by the fireplace. So here we are. This was the day after Valentine's Day, and Travis had given me a palette, a makeup palette for Valentine's Day, and I really wanted to use it, and I thought it was the perfect time. I'm using a color corrector because I wanted extra coverage. I had really dark under circles that day, and I wasn't feeling it. I typically don't use corrector, but I had it, so I decided to use it, and this is the LA Girl Orange Corrector. And for concealer, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. This is in the shade 385 Amber, and this is a full coverage concealer, and it really does cover everything, but as you'll see later, it did. I was having a really bad day, and I didn't like the way my skin looked. For foundation, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation. I love this foundation so much. I just wish it was my shade. It is very light and yellow, and just a shade darker would be, maybe a shade or two darker would be perfect, but the formula on this foundation is amazing. I love how full coverage it is. It's super lightweight, and I really like it. I just wish I had my shade. And I'm using a Juno & Co brush to apply the foundation, but I always go over it with the e.l.f. sponge to really blend it in and have a better coverage, a seamless coverage with no lines. And as you can see, I'm using concealer again. I was not feeling my under eye this day. I was just having a really bad day, so I use concealer more and more and more. And for eyebrows, of course, I'm using the e.l.f. eyebrow pencil. I love this pencil. It makes your eyebrows fuller, and it's just so easy to use. It's very creamy. And then to top it off, I'm using the L'Oreal eyebrow gel. I'm using the same concealer to prime my eyelids. I'm just going to blend that in with my finger, and then I'm going to set it with loose powder before I start using my eyeshadows. And I'm using the Amrezy and ABH palette. This is the first time trying this palette. This is the one that Travis got me for Valentine's Day. I really didn't have an interest in purchasing when it came out, but honestly, I really do like it. I feel like the formula is so good, so creamy, so blendable. Even the very dark shades are very easy to blend, so I really do like it, and I wanted to go for a more quote-unquote natural look. I know that this is not a natural look for some people, but for me, natural means less color, so I wanted to do more of a natural look on the lid, and really wanted to use that bright blue in the palette somehow. So here we are, just using the shades of brown on the lid, and then I'm using this very beautiful gold shimmer This is absolutely beautiful. I really like the way it feels. It feels so creamy. It adds so much shine. This is without even wetting the shadow. It's just dry and it looks so beautiful. And before moving on to the lower lash, I wanted to continue with the rest of my face. So I'm just lightly adding translucent powder to set the concealer. I think I used the Coty Airspun to set that concealer. And there is Astro sitting by the fireplace. He loves being in front of the fireplace. And for bronzer, I'm using the Ofra bronzer. This bronzer is very dark on me, so I use it very, very lightly, but it's still a nice formula. I still like to use it, especially on today's makeup that is just so light on me. I mean, it's just super light. I am disappointed yet again of myself for picking the wrong shade on my foundation. For blush, I'm using the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Quirky. It's a very light pink, almost corally blush that I really like. It's nice. It has like a very slight sheen to it. And now I'm just grabbing a powder brush to blend everything together. And here we go with the blue. I think the name of this is Leo. I don't have it right in front of me. And I really love this blue. Of course, I'm going to do the lower lash in this shade. I think it's so beautiful, so creamy, so blendable. I really love this palette a lot. And I'm surprised that I like it this much. The formula is great and I just really like it. I need to play with it again to create more colors. And now I'm just grabbing a flat brush to add it right on the lower line. And for the inner corner, I'm grabbing this light pink shade. This is called Barb. And I was extremely shocked, as you can see. It is very light pink on the palette, but when you add it, it has a very pretty green shift to it. Very, very beautiful. Alright guys, that is the final look. I am very pleased with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!